We've got 20 real estate vocabulary words that you will see on the 2025 real estate exam. All right, we're back in the classroom. Today we've got more real estate vocabulary words for the real estate exam. I've got my Chargers hat on. We're officially in football season. Go Chargers. Happy Monday. Monday Night Football tonight. But we need to focus on these vocabulary words. Subscribe to the channel if you want more vocabulary words, more real estate test questions, live streams of me taking the exam, and tons of other content to help you pass the real estate exam. We're going to pass this together. Let's jump into the vocab words. All right, here we go. This is the Real Estate National plus California. So it's California specific a little bit, but it also will help you with the national exam. This is on the laws of agency. If you watched last week's video, which you should check out below, we did 20 questions on the laws of agency and we didn't do too hot. It's one of my worst subjects. So that's why I wanted to do this week. We want to do vocabulary words on the laws of agency. What we're going to do is read all 4 words, read all 4 definitions, and then we will match them up. Subagent, single agency, agent, confidential information. When a real estate broker acts as an agent to only the seller or only the buyer. Single agency. All information the client directs to be confidential, which, if disclosed, would have an adverse effect on the client's position. I'm going to go with confidential information. A person licensed to represent another in a real estate transaction, or a person authorized to represent another, the principal, in dealings with the third party. That's going to be your agent. An agent of an agent, a person that an agent has delegated authority to, so that person can assist in carrying out the principal's orders. Sub-agent. I think I'm pretty confident about these ones. If you guys want, and I'm going too fast, you can screenshot this. You can pause the video. You can fast forward the video if I'm going too slow. These are 4 vocabulary words and 4 definitions for laws of agency. Let's check. We want to see 4 thumbs up. 4 thumbs up. We got them all right. We're 4 for 4. All right. Let's go to the next ones. Fiduciary relationship, misrepresentation, client, agency, disclosure statement. Person who employs a broker, lawyer, or other professional. Real estate clients can be sellers, buyers, or both. Form that states whether an agent is representing the seller or a buyer or both in a transaction. I'm going to go with agency disclosure on that. A false or misleading statements, that would be misrepresentation. A relationship of trust and confidence in which one party owes the other, or both parties owe each other loyalty and a higher standard of good faith than they owe to the third parties. I want to say a fiduciary client, a fiduciary relationship. And then we'll go with clients on person who employs a broker, lawyer, or other professional. Real estate clients can be sellers, buyers, or both. So it kind of gave us the answer maybe on there. We're going to check it. We'll make this a little smaller for you guys. It's kind of big. So you can see everything. Like I said, screenshot it, do whatever you need to do. 4 thumbs up. All right, we're 8 for 8. So maybe we are learning some of the laws of agency. We're speeding through these. Advertisements, escrow, commission, customer. The system in which things of value, e.g. money or documents, are held on behalf of the parties to a transaction by a disinterested third party called an escrow agent until the specified conditions have all been compiled with. Yeah, escrow is your third party, holds all your, your taxes and your insurance if you want it to. Any public notification of property being offered for sale and thus must follow Regulation Z of Truth in Lending Act. Probably advertisements. Compensation paid a broker for services in a real estate transaction, usually a percentage of sales price rather than a flat fee. Commission. Let's try to get that 6%. Good luck. A party in a transaction to whom an agent does not have a fiduciary duty or relationship, but to whom an agent must still be fair and honest. Customer. All right, we're looking for those 4 thumbs up. Check. 4 for 4, 12 for 12 on the day. If you guys want your own study material, if you want your own vocabulary words just like this, if you want your own test questions just like the other videos, click the link below. I have partnered up with the website called Colibri. They also do CompuCram, which is what we're using. They have offered me a discount code, 40% off everything on the website. Use the code BURKE40, B-U-R-K-E, You can get your pre-licensing courses for any state. You can get the study material. You can get the practice tests. You can get whatever you want. Thank you for watching. Click the link below. Help support the channel. Let's get back to the vocab. Dual agency, special agent, agency, conversion. A relationship of trust when one person, the principal, gives another person, the agent, the right to represent the principal in dealings with third parties. I'm going to say agency. An agent with limited authority to do specific things or conduct a specific transaction. Special agent. Misappropriating property or funds belonging to another, changing an existing rental apartment building into a condominium. Conversion. An agency relationship in which a licensee represents both buyer and seller or both landlord and tenant in the same transaction, requires the informed written consent of both parties. That would be dual agency. That is allowed in California. Not sure if it's allowed in your state. You're going to want to check that. Let's check it. Agency and special agent might be switched. But they're not 4 for 4. So what is that? 16 for 16 on the day. Are we going to go 20 for 20? We got 4 more vocabulary words for the 2025 exam. Subscribe if you want more of these. Exclusive agency, in-company contract, listing, principal. A written agency contract between seller and a real estate broker, stating the broker will be paid a commission for finding or attempting to find a buyer for the seller's real property. A listing agreement that entitles the broker to a commission if anyone other than the seller finds a buyer for the property during the listing term. Transaction in which the buyer and seller are both represented by the same brokerage. I'm going to go with in-company contract on that one. A person who grants another person, an agent, authority to represent them in dealings with third parties. One of the parties to a transaction, such as buyer or seller, as opposed to those who are involved as agents or employees, such as broker or escrow agent with regard to a loan. I think that's your principal. And then exclusive agency, a listing that entitles the broker to a commission if anyone other than the seller finds the buyer for the property term. Since stating the broker will be paid commission or attempting, I think this would be exclusive agency. A written agency contract between seller and a real estate broker stating that the broker will be paid a commission for finding or attempting to find a buyer for the seller's real property. Listing is just a listing agreement that entitles the broker to a commission if anyone other than the seller finds a buyer for the property during the listing term. These could be switched. Check it. Oh, they are switched. Okay. Got that one a little confused there. So we went 18 for 20. So let's double check this listing. We got to write these down. A written agency contract between a seller and real estate stating that the broker will be paid commission or for finding or attempting a buyer for the seller's real property. An exclusive agency is a listing agreement that entitles the broker to a commission if anyone other than the seller finds a buyer for the property during the listing term. So you're entitled to, so if it's an exclusive agency, you're going to get the commission basically no matter what, right? So that was 20 questions. Sorry, 20 vocab words. We marked 2 incorrect. I'm going to write these down. There's science behind writing it down on a piece of paper. Lock it in the brain. Let's get back into the classroom. Back in the classroom. Thanks so much for watching. We got 18 out of 20 today. Not bad. Laws of agency is our worst subject, so we're getting better. Please subscribe if you want to pass the real estate exam in 2025 and you want more real estate vocabulary, more real estate test questions, more live streams, more shorts, more everything that you need to know to pass the exam. Click the link below, subscribe, help me out. Have a nice day.